Hello, beautiful tribe. This is Emily Potter. I'm the director of the Lightworker Musicians Tribe and the Million Kisses Foundation. And this tribe has been asking me energetically to do this video for months. If you're part of this tribe and you have been for a while, you know that I am very connected to this tribe energetically. And I really can feel undertoned energy of what is holding us back in our potential and in anchoring our light to the fullest potential. This conversation is not one that you're having with actual words with me, but it is something that I'm feeling so profoundly from you with an undertoned energy. And you could substitute the word ugly to be you feel too fat, you feel too old, or you feel too ugly for all sorts of reasons. But do you feel that you are too ugly to be in front of people or to be in front of an audience? And this is what I want to talk to you about. It got sparked with a comment that one of our brothers told me on the phone a couple of weeks ago. And he didn't go into a lot of detail, and he tried to stay out of it, not to talk about it too much because it's so sensitive. But he is bald, and he was talking about how he's had to just really delve into that and he's just embarrassed that he's bald, and you're not supposed to be bald as a man with the social norms of what it should look like to be a man. And he's really struggled with that. And I can only tell you how many times there's undertoned energetic conversations that happen with all the family that we have. And this is something that's holding you back. So what happens is that you don't want to get on stage in front of people. And when you go by a mirror, when you avoid the mirror, and if you decide to look at yourself in the mirror, you are beaming hatred towards yourself or a part of your body because you are too ugly. And I'm going to express to you and share with you how intimately I understand this as something that's held me back. Something very personal that happened in my life is that I was fully rejected by someone that I was dating and very much in love with because he was not physically attracted to me. And the level of criticisms were very, very deep. And so it brought me to an understanding how much I needed to know what beauty was for myself. And so that experience with that beloved of mine took me on a very, very deep journey of what beauty is. And I'm talking about inner beauty and physical beauty and the messages that we are given on a regular basis and how deep this one goes. So I want to tell you that even if you've done a lot of work around your inner beauty and your physical beauty and accepting and such, and you still see that you have traces of looking at yourself in the mirror and rejecting yourself and criticizing yourself, I want to just first start to tell you that you get to have compassion, because the messages that we are given are bombarding us. We are immersed and saturated with the messages of what beauty is supposed to look like. And so if you have done massive amounts of work on what beauty is and to accept yourself as how you look right now, and you still struggle with looking at the mirror and going on stage and being in front of people and hoping that you are beautiful enough for people to like you, it's because you're continually getting the message. And so as a message that you're not good enough, you're not beautiful enough. So I'm sharing that because as spiritual leaders, we get to stand in our power and have this conversation and not be afraid of how sensitive it is. We get to actually tell the truth about this, and so that we can overcome all of the bombarding messages that we're getting from the world. So this is a very, very sensitive and yet very important thing to talk about, because my intention is to assist you in living your fullest potential as music medicine on this planet. There is nowhere else to go, tribe, and I will not allow them and their messages to be more strong than we are. It will not happen. So let's continue on. What the real consequence here is that you're hiding. Okay, so we're just going to say it. You're hiding, you're even hiding within very appropriate hiding methods. Like you're saying, oh, well, I'll just stay home and I'll record my music and then I'll post it online and never show myself. Yep, that's an appropriate way that you can actually let yourself be a musician and hide the true nature of who you are. Now that's fine if you just want to be a recording artist. Wonderful. I'm talking to you if you actually want, you desire to be on stage. It's part of your birthright as a musician, and you don't claim that because you think you're too ugly. You feel too ugly. You're shaming yourself and the way you look. I'm going to give you a couple things that worked for me, because I'll remind those who just came on that I have been doing this beauty work for years. And one of the most important things is that you must understand that this has nothing to do with the way I physically look. It's a vibration that I was putting out there, that I was not good enough, that I was ugly, I was not enough. And that's more important than the actual physical way you look, because we know that even models who are the most beautiful, gorgeous things, appropriately socially acceptable as what beauty is, really struggle with that inner vibration of being enough. It has nothing to do with the way you actually look and the way I actually look. It was the vibration and the lack of self-love and the lack of confidence. And I learned on my own journey that I had roots from a past life, several past lives, but one particular, that I was physically very disabled and very ugly. And I had those rooted beliefs in who I was. So I want you to just look at yourself in that light, that this actually isn't about whether you are fat. I'm going to just say the words, you can neutralize the word. If you're too fat to be on stage, or you're too old, so you have too many wrinkles, or you're bald, or whatever that looks like, you're too not enough. It has nothing to do with those things. It has to do with the lack of confidence you have. And I'm going to get to a little bit more of that. But first, I'm going to share with you my own journey of how I was able to overcome this. Number one, at the time when I was with that beloved of mine, I just, this is after a long time, by the way. This is what finally came, and I say this with sacredness, although it's a little bit humorous too. I just decided to just be ugly. Okay, I'm just ugly. I can't change the way I look, so I'm gonna just be ugly. So that level of acceptance is the first tool that I have for you. Now it gets a little funny what I did. I want you to know that, once again, if you comment, oh, but you're so beautiful, or anything, let's see if anybody's, yeah, people are saying things, but I'm not gonna read them yet. It doesn't matter at the time. If you're being rejected by the person who you love the very most as a romantic partner, 100,000 people could tell me how beautiful I was. I didn't care. It didn't mean anything. It had no weight compared to the one person who was rejecting me because of the way I looked. So put that into perspective. So then what I did was just decide to be ugly. So I did it a little bit humorously. I just went to work thinking, okay, well, I'm just an ugly person going to work. Okay, I'm driving to work ugly. And I am now going to go home and I'm going to make dinner ugly. This is me being ugly, making dinner. An ugly person is now making dinner. Okay. And then I took that, and it just kept going and going. And I'm going to tell you, I did it for weeks. Just, okay, well, I'm ugly. I've already had the worst thing happen as an ugly person. Just get rejected. So I guess I'll just be ugly. And I went to work. I talked on the phone to friends as an ugly person. I was an ugly person. I was the ugly friend talking to you on the phone. Okay, ugly person signing out, going grocery shopping. Okay, I'm the ugly person in the store. This is the one. I'm ugly. Grocery shopping. And what happened with that level of acceptance, this is my first tool for you, is just to be ugly, tribe. Be ugly. Be ugly. See what happens doing that for weeks, just being ugly. What happened to me is that I started to, the charge got neutralized, because I didn't lose any friends from it. People still called me, and I still had, the person still was required to give me groceries at the store. Like they couldn't say, sorry, no ugly people allowed. Like I was ugly and I was able to eat food and make dinner and go to work. They didn't fire me because I was ugly. This is my experience. If this doesn't work for you, then please don't worry about it. Just do it. You're just not looking in the mirror. How's that working for you? If it's working for you, then keep doing it. But if it's not working for you, consider another way. I'm sharing this because the dialogue is imperative to have, and I'm sharing a tool that worked for me. So after a few weeks of doing that, of just being ugly, it just started to get boring because I had songs I still wanted to write as an ugly person. I still wanted to perform. Okay, I'm the ugly person performing. I'm the ugly person performing. Feel my heart. Is my heart still there? Yeah, it really is. And it's a good one too, a very good heart. So that's the first thing. That's my first tool, is the level of acceptance actually neutralized the charge around the word, which then led to the second tool that could only happen if I did the first one of accepting, is that my compassion towards this beloved of mine was so rich. I understood now that he had gotten lost in the illusions of earth life, and so that he couldn't see me all the way. He got lost in the messages of what beauty's supposed to look like. And I had compassion for his process. And I'll tell you that he and I have talked about this so much, and we actually are so grateful for this, because we know that we are transmuting this work in behalf and in dedication to the whole planet and all of humanity. So it's absolutely imperative as light workers to see that the reason why we go through the things that we go through is to transmute it in order to overcome it and then dedicate it to the planet. It's the work. And most of us are doing this one. Attraction is a humongous work to do. If you're having any kind of that, please continue to do your work on this, because the ultimate result is this acceptance and this peace, and being able to go through the invisible illusions of what beauty is, so that we can actually see and embrace each other's beauty. So my compassion for him was off the hook, off the charts, and I was grateful for that. And it still continues today. And number 3, I want to remind you, as a musician, as a music medicine holder, that the reason why people want to listen to you is not because you're purely entertaining them. No, the music medicine in you is empowering the people. So as a bald man being confident on stage, you are empowering other bald men. As a curvy woman, fully in your confidence on stage, you are empowering other curvy women. It goes like this. This is your power. The music medicine that you hold comes from and is rooted from what you have gone through. So continue to do your work so that you are in confidence, so that you can stand in front of people and empower them. Even if you don't say anything about your process with beauty and what it's supposed to look like, them just seeing you on stage, it's imperative that you get back on that stage and do the work of being confident in this. This is your power. So I'm going to give you 2 action steps and invitations. Number 1 is that you are invited to utilize this tribe. Give us a 30-second video of you rolling in your musical freedom, fully being confident. If you only have 30 seconds of that, practice in our tribe, being your full, liberated musical self, free of all of that disenchanted illusions of what beauty is supposed to look like. Be ugly in our tribe, because I'll tell you that that's my most beautiful kind of person. The people who can just say, here I am! That's who I hang out with. That's who I want to be with. That's who inspires me. Be ugly, be too old, be too bald, be whatever you're insecure about, be that all the way, and I'll just see what happens, because we really don't know. I don't know if your results are going to be the same as mine, but what I know is that you cannot stay with where you are. We have an urgent thing to give to the world. Your music medicine is urgent to give. So do not stay in that same place of, oh, I'm just going to stay behind. No, you're a spiritual leader with music medicine to offer. And I'm going to continue to know that about you. So I am empowering you with my own story and with my care and passion for you to do a practice in our tribe, being your full self, being your full confident self, and just see how it feels. Number two, the second invitation for you. When you are ready to actually engage deeper with your music medicine and actually allow your music to be medicine, to empower those of that you've been that who are right now going through what you have already gone through. I want you to reach out to me. I want to assist you to get your music medicine to the next level. And I look forward to these conversations more and more because this is very, very significant for so many of us because we're so afraid to talk about it, and yet it's imperative that we do so we can get to the other side. Again, 2 action steps. 1, anyone who is overcoming this and ready to go the distance, 30 seconds at least. It could be more, but I want you to have at least 30 seconds that you are here and giving us your free, confident self. Share a post and a video with us with that. Number 2, those of you who are ready to engage and having this be the music medicine that you offer in the world at the next level so that you can empower the people, then reach out and private message me. Let's see, we have some people here, lots of people here. Okay, I'm looking at the, yep, good. I love you guys. Thank you for speaking your truth, sharing your truth, being your truth all the way. And we will continue the conversation. I look forward to hearing from you if you're ready to go to the next level. And we'll talk to you in the next video. Lots of love.